The largest land beetle living in the UK is facing serious declines, but by sharing your sightings of them, you can help this species survive into the future. I'm a professional zoologist working in wildlife conservation, and I make videos like this one to show you the wide variety of life found in the UK and what you can do to contribute to protecting it. The stag beetle used to be common across the south of the UK, found anywhere with an abundance of dead wood. This male has spent the majority of his life relying on rotting wood as a food source. Now, finally above ground, he is patrolling this log on the lookout for females to mate with and rival males to fight off. The concentrated emergence of adults of this species for a few weeks every single year makes them a great species to be able to do scientific surveys on. The People's Trust for Endangered Species is a charity that set up 2 types of surveys that you can take part in to help contribute to the scientific research on stag beetles. Adult stag beetles emerge from the soil towards the end of May. They will only survive until the end of August and must make the most of that time to produce the next generation. Males have large, bright red, antler-like jaws that are harmless to people but help them fight off their rivals. These males spend their days basking in the sun, conserving their energy for their evening battles. During this time, the females will be walking around on the ground, also on the lookout for a mate. After mating, she will return to the patch of soil she emerged from to lay her eggs. The People's Trust for Endangered Species targets this time of year, specifically June and July, to be able to carry out its citizen science surveys. Anyone is able to participate by uploading information about adult stag beetles that they see. This means that you can participate in scientific research of stag beetles without having any scientific knowledge yourself. All you need to know is what to look out for. Male stag beetles are dark coloured with chestnut brown wing cases and red antlers. They can grow up to 8 centimetres long. Meanwhile, females look similar but only grow to 5 centimetres long and lack the large antlers. The Great Stag Hunt is a survey that takes place each year. By submitting your sightings of any stag beetles that you randomly come across, you can help us build up a picture of what's going on with the population. So far, over 6,000 stag beetle sightings have been submitted this year. All you need to do is go to the Great Stag Hunt webpage, which I've linked in the description of this video, and submit details about when and where you saw the stag beetle. The Stag Beetle Count is a more in-depth survey that you can participate in. It lets you record detailed information about your local area and the stag beetle activities taking place within it. Scientists are particularly interested in records from people living in Norfolk, Cheshire, Bedfordshire, Somerset, Lincolnshire, Northamptonshire and Shropshire. This is because these counties are on the border of the known stag beetle range. Sightings within them, or even further north, help provide insight into how stag beetles may be spreading. However, sightings of stag beetles from anywhere will help us build up a picture of where they currently live, which helps us build management plans to stop their decline. The stag beetle count runs during June and July, and it asks you to undertake 6 searches for stag beetles during this time period. You walk for half an hour over a 500-metre transect line, and then you can submit any sightings that you have online. By submitting your searches 6 times during June and July, you can help us understand the long-term trends of stag beetle populations. And if you do this year on year, you can help us understand where stag beetles are varying their locations over the years. Because stag beetles spend up to 7 years of their life underground as larvae, it's always difficult to predict where adults are going to emerge each year. One area could have loads of adults one year, only for all the larvae to remain underground the next and make it seem as though there are no stag beetles left. These larvae build up their fat reserves by feasting on the dead, rotting wood that they were laid in. It's only once they are 11 centimetres long that they are fully grown and ready to move into the soil. There they will pupate and transform into their adult bodies. They wait underground through the winter and finally emerge at the start of the next summer, potentially the first stag beetles to emerge in that location in the last 7 years. If you want to take part in the stag beetle count, then it's very easy to sign up. You can either download physical forms to email or post back, or you can sign up to submit your results directly online. To submit your results online, you need to make an account on the Stag Beetle Observation website. Choose your country and then it will take you through to your homepage. There are various options here, and the email you will receive from the website will give you instructions on how to use them. You can add a project location, which is where your search will take place. You can also add visits, which is each search that takes place. There are guidelines for how you should conduct your search that can be found on the website. For example, it should be over 12 degrees Celsius, there shouldn't be very strong winds, and you should also start your count around 15 minutes before sunset. After you've conducted a search, you can input the data. Select your project location, then add a new visit. The searches we've been talking about are called a transect. Select that and then you can add all sorts of details. You can record things like start times, wind speeds, temperature, humidity, stag beetle species, male or female, and the beetle's behaviour. You're likely to see stag beetles walking around, like this female. She has already found her mate and is now looking for the perfect area to lay her eggs. She needs to find somewhere with enough rotting wood that her larvae will be able to grow to full size within the next 7 years. Unfortunately, there are not as many open spaces or woodlands left in the UK, so each year this task gets more difficult for the next generation of stag beetles. What natural spaces we do have are often tidied up to look better to the human eye. While piles of rotting wood might not look pleasing to some people, to a stag beetle they are vital to survival. The cleaner the natural habitat, the worse off the stag beetle is. So, will you sign up to participate in this year's stag beetle surveys and help us monitor this species? You'll be joining a network of citizen scientists who all care enough about the survival of this species to send in their sightings. If you want to support me in continuing to create these free educational videos, then check out my new Patreon page. I have 5 different monthly support tiers to choose from, ranging from just £2 up to the higher tiers where you can vote for video topics, have your name credited at the end of each video, receive personalised art of any UK species, and get one-on-one consultation calls with me on any nature-related topic of your choice. Subscribe to Ferroforest to keep learning about UK nature.